Okay, guys, it is that time of the week again. We are here for a brand new CBC podcast, so stay tuned for a lot of topics. We're going to be talking about the Secret Invasion coming to Disney Plus in TV form, Marvel and Sony announcing a brand new film, a bunch of teases for the future of the MCU, and the return of the Inhumans. For members this week, we will be doing the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey spoilercast, which you guys can check that out right after the podcast goes live. And of course, a special thank you to our sponsors, who you guys can find linked down below. Delton H, Jack the Don, and the Marvel Fanatic. And a special shout out to one of our eternal sponsors, MovieFlix Plus. If you guys would like to check them out, they cover movie news, topics, and have their own show. Check them out in the description down below and give them a listen. As it turns out, if you're going to record audio, you need to record the audio. That's...
Hey, worst case scenario, you got Skype. No.
Yeah, oh, that's true, yeah. Worst case scenario, rely on Skype. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Case of bad times, hit Skype.
Oh, God damn. That's kind of how it goes, though. See how this damn show turns out. Running an hour behind or whatever it is.
It's like an hour and a half.
Oh. Man, you know what bugs me about game consoles these days, right? So I set them to rest mode so they can download the patch, right? Because that's what they're supposed to do.
Yep, that's what I do.
Well, so in what logic is PlayStation like, I'm going to download every game you haven't played in 3 months and leave the game you play most on last? So, like, I got home, and I'm like, oh, time to play that, Modern Warfare Season 2. And it's like, oh, we're going to start downloading the patch now. It's 52 gigs. Luckily, the new internet was so good, it was able to download it in 22 minutes, but Jesus.
I mean, no, well, it was like, in some instances, it was like 60, because it was trending on Twitter yesterday. It was kind of funny.
Apparently, the Xbox patch is 60 gigs, so I'm not even going to turn on my Xbox to download that, because I had a free code for that. I'm like, yeah, that ain't happening. Nope.
Speaking of updates, though, I had a Fallen Order crash on me, and all it said was, have you made sure it's updated? And that's your job. No. You're supposed to tell me if there's an update to anything.
Like, what? Quality, huh? Yeah.
Thanks, EA, Sony.
Oh, yeah. That's so
legit. The first crash I've had on PlayStation 4 is Fallen Order.
Oh, really? I get them when I'm trying to flip back and forth between the trophies and the video games just to make sure it's updated. It's like it'll stall and then sometimes it'll crash. I'm like, oh, but that's about it. And
see, mine's on a walker, but it's reliable for that. It's just like, I'm gonna get the trophies one day.
Yep. So I guess let's open this up. This Armin, you guys can follow the CBC at the CBCYT. That's on Twitter. And on YouTube here where you listen to this, you just find us on YouTube. So this week I'm joined by Mitch.
What's up? You can find me at Mitch692.
And also Tristan is here this week.
Yeah, hey guys, you can catch me at SJ Chance.
He no longer has this covered. He's come back from his voyage to uncover who the scooper was.
He's exhausted the resources of scoops.
No, it's just last time just couldn't make it for personal reasons. That was the most hated.
That's what the public knows.
That's what they know. That's what they think they know.
Like flat earthers, like we all know the truth.
Oh no!
But they're getting the boot on YouTube, so they have to go put a BitChute.
Oh, good.
We had have you seen the Netflix documentary on flat earthers?
Yes.
Oh no!
You know the main guy on that. We had him on the morning TV over here the other day, and they just took the piss. Just absolutely.
Oh,
he's like, I don't know, maybe. Like, no, it's fine. You saw what you wanted to see. It's just like, shut up, mate.
But isn't he the same guy that said that dinosaurs weren't real?
I believe so.
I think he's yeah.
Because like I remember there was a video because I was watching Joe Rogan once, and he said that he was watching it, and it was completely hilarious that he didn't think dinosaurs were real.
It's the funniest thing they got.
Those guys. Okay, I should preface this. I had two friends that are flat earthers, and oh boy, trying to talk to them when they're trying to explain the logic of it to you, I'm just like, I remember one of them. He was like, "So do you understand the evidence I'm presenting you? I was like, there's more evidence Captain America is real. And he was like, no, there isn't. I was like, there literally is. There is more evidence because there's a movie based on him. Like, that was my argument. He was just like, no, man, you don't get it. I was like, you're dumb. You're just kind of dumb.
Most bit is they're like, they all go like, what is it? The biggest bit of evidence for flat Earth is the lack of evidence for globe. And it's just like, the only way that there's no evidence for the globe is because you say it's not real.
Yeah,
that's all it is. Like, what are you talking about?
Magnificent. That's what that is. But yeah, this week we're missing Shay. She's been a little sick this week in particular. Like, she went outside and she was wearing like a short sleeve shirt and it was like -14. So go figure, you'll get sick from that.
Who let her out in like cold weather in a short sleeve shirt?
It was her decision. She's like, oh, I just got to go drop the trash off into the bin. It's only like 5 feet. And then she ran out quickly and ran back in. I was like, yeah, this is why. This is it.
It's like dramatic temperature changes are the easiest way to get sick.
Exactly.
I was gonna say that's how you get shock.
They always yell at me. They're like, "Why you're taking out the trash? Why are you wearing like 2 jackets?" I'm like, "Well, 1, it's -18 outside, and 2, yes, it's all you need."
I
to know.
like my 10 toes.
Yeah, I like being warm. So there you go. Yeah, so welcome to the show, everybody. Hopefully you're one of these, people that can agree with us that the globe is in fact round. If you're not, please unsubscribe. Just
Nah,
get out
it's a
of here.
donut, don't you know?
Well, I mean, it's the Hollow Earth, right? That's the other one.
Yeah.
There's a sun inside of it with the lizard people. It's
Oh yeah.
Do you mean that's the sun and the moon that's on like a giant like clock hands and they just spin around?
No. Oh no. What he's referencing is that the Hollow Earth is that there's like a second layer to Earth, and there's an actual heat source in that layer.
Like,
And
there's there's a sun on the inside, and when you see the Aurora Borealis, it's the sun's radiation coming through from the inside because the lizard people have to let the energy out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's more plausible than flat Earth.
It is, though.
Just like, okay.
Yep.
I believe it.
So now that you've heard of all this insanity, go worship the Anunnaki while we transition over to the main podcast. So first up, speaking of lizard people, the Secret Invasion on Disney Plus. Oh, we tied that
That's
together.
extremely racist to Skrulls.
Oh, that's
They're
true.
They're not amphibian.
Oh, I mean, they look it.
Lizards aren't even amphibians, so I don't know where that came from. It's the title.
I mean, people
Brains
eat
don't work.
scrolls, so
Yep. So, this has been something that was rumored like a couple weeks ago at this point, and now there's more people saying, no, this is a thing. It looks like there is a Secret Invasion planned for Disney Plus that would also connect it to Captain Marvel 2, which would kind of make sense. Like,
Oh yeah, she's the one that introduced the Skrulls. So
right. Like,
why not?
I mean, this.
My question is, it can't be a show called Secret Invasion, surely.
Definitely not.
There's no way that happens. Like, it's got to be like a Shield series or something, or a Sword.
Agents of
I
Sword.
I could see it as the subtitle, but not really the main title of the show.
I mean,
unless if you meet the Skrulls like that run a couple of months back.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it if it was like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If they just call it Marvel Sword, and then maybe you can bring in like, I don't know, bring in like Daisy or someone from the other show, somebody that you want to keep around.
I think Daisy's the more likely one to come back.
Yeah. Keep her around and then introduce some of these new characters. You have Sword, again, that's very marketable. Like, I know people, they laugh at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but S.H.I.E.L.D. merchandise sells really well because of that show.
Is there actually S.H.I.E.L.D. merchandise?
There is. There actually is.
I've never seen anything.
Oh, really? Like, oh my God. I've tried to like buy it when it comes out, but there's like wallets and T-shirts and tank tops and stuff, and usually they end up selling out, and that's it. So
I mean, maybe that's why I haven't seen it, because it's always sold out.
Yeah.
Well, either that or you actually have to shop at a Disney store.
that too.
Yeah, because they got I think it was an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. message bag right here, and it's like $110.
Ooh.
That's way too pricey.
Yeah. Might have to shapeshift into somebody rich to be able to get that one. See what I mean?
Elon Musk, here I come.
Hi, I am Elon Musk. Trust me, just charge it to my account.
But yeah, ABC has some, but most of it's just shirts and cups and sweaters.
That's the thing. Like, I've seen the Shield logo on a bunch of stuff. It's marketable, just like when they did it with Hydra, you know, especially at the peak of, like, you know, the Winter Soldier marketing.
Yeah.
So Sword, to me, would kind of make sense because there's no way they're not setting up Sword, right? Like, that's...
Yeah.
I mean, it's already set up, surely, with Far From Home.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't know this. Unless any of you want Agent Coulson or Agent Fury standee, because you can buy one.
You can, yeah. That's fact.
I personally don't, but I assume people on Twitter would.
So I don't know, like, this does get me excited though, because I feel like I don't want just the Skrulls and the Secret Invasion aspect of it to be just like a small thing that gets brushed over in one movie. You know, like, I could see why maybe some people would, but it's like, I'd like to explore that a little bit more, especially the way they set it up in the MCU. You know, it's
a tightrope for this one, because you got to be careful not to undo years of character development.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they come out and be like, "Oh yeah, Steve Rogers was a Skrull," it's like, well, that was a complete waste of time.
Yeah, that was a waste.
No, like, it works for the comics because you know time isn't relative in comics. Like, in movies, it is. So it's a very, but at the same time, over multiple franchises or movies, whatever. Like, I don't know. I think that you run the risk of dragging that same thing out. But.
Yeah.
So if they did introduce it like that, what time period would you want the Skrulls to replace the heroes?
That's the thing. It's got in modern day, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool if maybe they're like, oh, you know, there's certain heroes out there that maybe we need to feel like they're still around, that maybe they're gone or something, or like, you know, Captain Marvel is gone out there in space, but she's so powerful.
Like they're not acting normally like they usually would.
Yeah,
based on, you know.
Yeah, kind of play around with it.
It could be a good little retcon machine, you know. Hypothetically, I'm not saying they should do it, but if they wanted to change up Carol Danvers a little bit, hey, she was a Skrull in Endgame and this movie, so there you go. She's different now.
Hey, you all remember Iron Fist? He was a Skrull. Here's your new Iron Fist. Oh.
Yeah, this is the real one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is a way to do it, though. Like, that is... They could treat it like that and kind of be like, oh, there's your little, you know, in at this, so... I don't see why not. You know, go back to that old theory that the original, you know, War Machine, that Terrence Howard, he was a Skrull and then replaced by the real Rhodey.
And so that would make no sense. They're two different people. Just like, oh,
no, nobody noticed.
No, they got the bad Skrull who couldn't copy correctly. That's it.
The racist one, he just saw Terrence Howard and thought it was Don Cheadle. No.
He's like, I know this guy. I'm him. So I don't know. I think they could retcon maybe one or two, but you can't do something big like Iron Man or something. It's like, nope. That's it's too big.
There's Tony wouldn't work. It's like, oh, he's dead. No, you can't really get around that one.
That's a little too much. But yeah, honestly, let's say a timetable for this. What do you think? 2023 along with Captain Marvel 2 or whatever?
I mean, with the amount of shows they're pumping out a year, it's probably 2021. And like summer 2021.
No. Get it done. Yeah. Well, I mean, they did say like Marvel's main outlet is Disney Plus. Like Disney Plus literally exists for more Marvel content, more or less. So it's like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. That would work. So.
No, I'd say it depends how far along it is, because you could get late 2022 or early 2023.
I would say hopefully late 2022, 2023. Get some of these other things you have, you know, going right now and line this up with Captain Marvel and maybe Spider-Man. Well, then Spider-Man is 2021. Crud.
I mean, the way Sony's going, Spider-Man's every year.
True.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, when we learn more about this, we'll talk about it. But for right now, take it as a rumor, but multiple sources have said it now, so it's more likely... probably going to happen at some stage, but
it's in development along with everything else.
Exactly.
Literally, just throw a dart at Marvel, and you're probably going to hit something.
It's in development. They're pulling a DC, but they're actually developing them. So,
Oh,
there you go. Sony has officially moved to that step. It's going to be 2 movies a year from this point on featuring Sony-owned characters. Now, obviously, 2021 already has Spider-Man, Spider-Man 3 for MCU. So, that October, they've added a new mystery film, and there's a few rumors out there on what it could be. Mitch, since you're so inclined to be hyped for this one.
I was like, what do you mean? Is that so inclined?
You know you're hyped.
Headache, really.
I was just like getting ready to have a little kip for 5 minutes. But...
He's gonna have an aneurysm.
I mean, it's got to be Kraven,
Uh,
Maybe?
Like, there was the casting call that came out like a week ago.
I mean,
Right?
if it is Kraven, they can kind of tie it in with Morbius, more or less.
They can.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna retire from his bakery, and
Oh, God, no.
Because they found out a whole bunch of bat blood was in the pastries.
See?
oh,
It's an underground laboratory. Like, they were fronting the pastries with blood for vampires. It's kind of like a lame version of what was happening in the Blade TV show.
Yeah. I mean, because it can also tie in how Kraven would be getting all of his animal enhanced abilities too.
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, they're gonna go that route.
This is Sony. Don't dismiss this, Mitch. I mean,
if you look at the casting call, like several people have said it as well. Like he's gonna be more like a born bounty hunter sort of thing, opposed to like Russian big game hunter, because that doesn't make sense in 2020. So.
I don't know. I kind of want to see this giant Russian with like this jacket of just like a dead animal on him, being like Spidey Man.
I mean, you could still do the line. It's just kind of
yes,
like...
I want that. Well, now, obviously, the most recent Spider-Man cartoon did a reality TV take on it, where he's like, I'm hunting Spider-Man, watch my YouTube channel or whatever as I hunt this dude because I'm Kraven, the greatest hunter in the world.
Didn't the Ultimates do that? Or was that with Deadpool?
I can't remember.
So I know at one point they were on like this island and it was getting hunted.
Huh.
Is it with Deadpool or Kraven?
I know. I know one of the games did that with Deadpool. Where
it's like Deadpool wasn't like really Deadpool. It was like just a dickhead robot or something.
Yeah.
Because like I'm trying to think, because like all right now I can think of is Screwball.
No.
No, that's probably a TV series Sony's developing, though. Let's be real about it. They pushed her so hard in that damn Spider-Man game. It's like, no, they got to be planning something terrible with her.
I mean, Dan Slott did help with writing, so.
So then, okay, so the 2 popular ones are Spider-Woman and Kraven. Probably Kraven would be the one because, like you said, the casting call. Maybe tying in.
Like, admittedly, the casting call's old, but it does sound like Sony wanted Kraven to start filming in July. So I doubt they're going to let that movie. Like, it's funny how like that was supposed to film in July and it's now October, and it's like, well, you could have him in Spider-Man 3 and transition to his own movie,
right? Which then
it feels very coincidental.
I mean, then it officially makes it a MCU film if it's the same actor, right? Because they're all going to be connected.
Well, MCUA.
Yeah.
MCU adjacent, so.
But then...
I thought you were going to say abridged.
But the thing with that is then we're getting 5 MCU films that year. That is...
Yeah.
God damn. That's a lot.
Now, let's be honest. Is anyone going to see a Kraven movie? No.
Every time we're here, man, we say this. We're like, is anybody going to see this? And I mean, okay, so nobody saw Birds of Prey, but people saw Venom. So are people going to see Morbius? Maybe?
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're really not. That trailer did nothing for that movie.
I mean, I guarantee you they're probably going to say, guess what other Marvel heroes are going to be in it? And they're going to say Black Panther? You're going to have to watch it to see.
Oh, no, they probably would too. Oh, Sony would do that backwards like they did with Spider-Man. Oh.
The only upside to that is Chadwick going to be like, no. No.
I like that idea. He's just sitting there. They're like, but no. Oh. Okay.
He just gets up and leaves. So.
They're just going to like, well, this is Sony, so they're going to like make like some sort of their own African country that's not directly called Wakanda, that's like technologically advanced. They're like, no one will figure this one out. It's like, guys, come on.
What's like Wakanda backwards? Just like add Nat Core.
So, I don't know, like, it'll be interesting because we're gonna know more about this movie if it's starting filming in like July, because obviously it has that October release date. So it's got.
I think it's going to be filming later than that because Spider-Man films in July.
That's true.
Well, that's purely me assuming that Kraven's going to be in Spider-Man 3, which I think he kind of is. I think it's like the worst kept secret.
Man, this is.
We should find out soon. To be fair, though,
we should. Yeah, we should have, because around a month from now, last time is when we started hearing about Jake Gyllenhaal, and that all turned out to be true. So,
yeah,
I don't know. I have no interest in a solo Kraven movie, especially that every time we heard rumors about it, it's Kraven's last hunt as the origin. So, Sony, I don't know. Like,
you'll still see it and love it. Let's be honest.
There's a good chance.
And then the next one they announce, she'll be like, "Yeah, I'm all in on that one."
I feel exposed right now, but it's all true though. It's all true.
Yes, this is an attack.
I'm like, I don't know if I'm interested in this, and then I come back, I'm like, have you all seen my shrine to the Morbius movie?
I was gonna say, like, literally look at this weekend with Birds of Prey. Like, can you really say you're not interested in anything?
Man, I'm just gonna black out this entire part of the podcast.
I will not be silenced.
Like, what I really want to know is, was he really reading that comic in that picture, or just posing? Because it didn't look like he was reading.
Oh,
what, Jared Leto?
Yeah.
What was that? Jared Leto comic he was reading? Something.
It was a Morbius. I can't remember.
Legion of Monsters.
It was a recent one,
right? Wasn't it? Legion of Monsters, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that one that I think that monster-led team by Morbius? I think it was.
So, do you guys think that they're setting up some sort of like attempt to do Midnight Suns or something without owning 99% of the characters over with Morbius? Is that what they're trying to do? Because like
that was Midnight Sun because it's just Morbius,
right? And then they can use whatever Spider-Man characters they have. Like, for example, we talked about Kraven. Do they like toss Kraven and I don't know. I don't.
Well,
honestly,
sure, if they're going to do a team up, they put these guys on the Sinister Six.
You would assume, right? You would assume that. But then again, we're talking Sony here, so I don't know what their
It's true.
end goal is.
But then again, it is Sony. They are trying to wiggle their way into this thing proper. So put in the last two guys in the Sinister Six with the MCU movies, kind of like
yeah. And it's interesting because like thinking about the whole Morbius thing, right? That we saw recently that they keep teasing. There's still all those reshoots that are happening, and there's still all the "Where is Spider-Man" banners that are there, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just weird how they're doing everything, and I kind of hate that nobody's able to talk about it. And I guarantee, like contractually wise and whatever was stated, Kevin Feige's not allowed to dismiss these films, like openly just be like, no, So I don't know, like, and if you look at the whole Legion of Monsters roster, it's like, oh, Ghost Rider, they don't own him. Werewolf by Night, they don't own him.
Nope.
They don't own him. They don't own him. Who they own? Well, they own Morbius, and the comic teases like Spider-Man and Kraven in there. So was he kind of like backwards way confirming Kraven? Maybe a cameo?
I mean, it's possible, but at the same time, they do just read any old comic just to get a sense. No, it's not. Remember when there was a behind the scenes thing for Infinity War and Endgame, and there was Disassembled on there.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, that movie had nothing to do with Disassembled. So what? Well,
yeah.
I imagine it's more something like that.
It's such a weird scenario to talk about the Sony properties because we know so little of how it connects to anything. And maybe this year, like, I guarantee once we see Morbius, we'll know a little bit more. Like, if they made some sort of secret deal like many people suspected, it's like, oh, okay, maybe this is it. Maybe this is official now. Like, it's all one thing. But
I mean, what would the secret deal be that the deal we know? What would be the difference?
I mean, it directly then just confirms all the Sony stuff's going to be part of it, right?
But we know that anyway. Because that's what they said. They said it's a call and demand sort of thing.
Right, but it all seems to be going from Sony's end. Right? Like, I don't see Marvel Studios being the one that's like, guess what? We're going to have Moon Knight directly name Michael Morbius in our thing, and maybe Morbius shows up. Like, it just feels a little Sony one-sided, where Sony's like, guess what? This right here is Adrian Toomes. I still guarantee, I have this sneaky suspicion that they're never going to call him Vulture or Adrian. Like, it's just Michael Keaton, just there. But,
he's Michael Keaton.
He's just accredited as Michael Keaton.
Either that or Bird Guy.
Oh. Like, well, they can't say Birdman because, yeah.
That's why he's Bird Guy.
This is also Sony, so they're going to have a clever line in there being like, oh, you're a real Batman, ain't you?
Oh.
Because he was Batman, get it?
Oh.
Boy, remember when I was stuck in a bat form in 1989? Turns that camera.
Yeah,
winks.
again, you know, like I make a pun, I get ridiculed for it. Right?
Oh yeah,
it's actually, you know, it's thoughtful and clever. Right?
They'll do it.
Crap.
No, they'll do it. I'm telling you, they're gonna have a real bad one. Like it's gonna be something real obvious.
I mean, it can't be any worse than what what's his face did, Carnage.
Oh, that's well, no, it'll be on the level.
That's the one.
Like, remember all the articles that were like, when Doctor Strange and Iron Man meet, they gotta go, oh no, just Sherlock. It's gonna be like that.
Oh, yeah,
it's gonna, but Sony's gonna be like, no, we're genius, like because we put something like that in there. Because
no one's ever thought of this before. Just like,
right now, they're reading like Reddit posts. They're like, okay, somebody put together a script for us.
Well, fun fact: there is apparent Morbius leak on Reddit. So,
all right. I did see something floating around. I was like, I ain't clicking this.
It makes no sense.
Oh, well, I mean, Venom in the MCU doesn't make any sense, but hey, apparently
it's about the same. It's about the same as that.
Oh, well, okay, perfect.
So, I'll never believe in the supernatural stuff, but there were aliens.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's enough for that topic. So we're just gonna get right on. The Agents of Atlas coming to the MCU. Mm-hmm. Now, this is something that kind of started brewing as a rumor when castings for Shang-Chi were happening like a couple weeks ago, looking for agents. And honestly, Agents of Atlas would make sense as a sort of spin-off sequel direction for this, because
it would make a lot of sense.
It would.
Maybe not the Jimmy Woo Agents of Atlas, because Jimmy Woo's in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I don't see that Jimmy Woo doing anything.
That would be the worst possible take on it. It's like, oh god, no, this is just not that character, no. But
I'd like to see all like the recent Agents of Atlas.
Same. Yep.
With all like the new Chinese characters. It's kind of like, why would you do like this team now and then not use the new ones that were literally exclusive to China comics until like a month ago?
Yeah. And that's kind of like the thing with it, because I read the most recent comic and I really liked it, and it just seems like a perfect and this isn't an insult, it seems like the perfect diversifying franchise for them, because again, we know Shang-Chi is going to do pretty well in the Asian market. That's why it's, you know, like starring in Asian, they're doing the Mandarin. Like, we know they're like, a lot of Hollywood has been trying to break through that barrier and make a franchise that's like major over there. And Shang-Chi is hopefully going to be the one they do. So if you also produce a series or sequel or films, you know, we don't know what stage you're going to go with. I'm assuming a Disney Plus series. By the time you release Disney Plus to more regions, Shang-Chi is out, and if you have something that carries over into a series like that to bring in more of that crowd to this subscription service in China, which is the most populated place on Earth, again, it makes sense, right? Like, I don't see why this wouldn't be something that happens. Like, it just kind of makes sense as the next logical step.
I say, my only thing is that what is it going to be? No, It could really easily work as a movie, but then again, it could really easily work as a TV show.
If it was like a more, like, I know people keep going back to this, but that's what you do with Agents. If it's more a TV show that's structured like a Mission Impossible plot, That sounds pretty cool. You know, like kind of like 24. That show, very tightly written, every season, great episodes, you know, no time wasted. If you were to take on some sort of plot like that, put it into 6 episodes, that seems pretty good. And Marvel Studios really writes tight scripts. So, I could see this being a very nice opportunity to, again, expand into a more, quote-unquote, realistic angle for the agents, you know, and still have some more power crossover if you really need it. Bring in Shang-Chi for appearances. I mean, it would draw in a crowd. It definitely would. So, I don't know what else to say about it. I'm excited. You guys?
Yeah. I'm like whatever team they go for, like whatever iteration of it, like I'm cool with it.
And same here, because like I was wondering like what the actual team is going to be, because I know like the 3 exclusive Chinese characters, they'll probably have that, but then like Braun really can't do that yet, and Silk.
I mean, you could do Braun quite easily. Change up Cho a little bit. No.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do Silk. Silk would be a problem.
Yeah, it would.
Unless.
I know, but Braun needs his flying taco truck.
I mean, he doesn't.
Dude, that would be amazing. Oh. So, yeah, I don't know. When we hear more about this, I'm assuming if there's more news, it'll be lining up with Shang-Chi stuff. So we'll find out soon, whichever direction they end up going.
I think Shang-Chi started filming proper now.
Yeah.
I think like so. Like we can like maybe get a glimpse of that,
right,
at some point.
Yep. Doctor Strange 2 specifically, gets a new writer, and this guy has been the one that's writing Loki / wrote Loki. So, okay, this just gives me more hope that Loki is going to be outstanding. Like,
I mean, hopefully, but it's the Rick and Morty guy, or one of the Rick and Morty guys. So
yeah, I mean, they write very intelligent stuff. I just don't like their style of humor in Rick and Morty.
Is it intelligent? No. Is Rick and Morty intelligent? No.
There's some good intelligent stuff in there. I can.
Or is like my IQ not high enough for that show?
Well, okay, that too, because we're doing the show, so clearly, you know, like, who the hell are we? Like,
no, it's kind of funny that Captain Marvel 2 gets the WandaVision writer, and now Doctor Strange has the Loki writer. Right. And it's like, oh. So it's clearly we need a lot more crossover than what other people wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember the guy's name or what. I want to say he was the writer for the first Doctor Strange. He said something on Twitter like, "Me and Scott never did a first draft, or never got a chance to do a first draft for this movie."
Yeah. That's weird, because Scott Derrickson teased that he was writing. So. Did they just not?
But then they announced they had a writer for Doctor Strange. Right. Way before this, and now we've got another writer on it. So
they just never brought back the original guy, right? It's like, oh.
I assume so. Yeah. Didn't Derrickson write the first one?
He did help write it, yeah.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
But it's just interesting because clearly they want more crossover.
Oh, definitely.
Or like maybe things in the show have changed, and they're like, no, we need to sort this out. Like Loki was never going to be the Time Variance Agency or whatever it is before. That was never in that plan for that show. Now it is. So it's kind of like, oh, we have to do this now, which could quite easily lead to like an Exile series. But that's getting ahead of myself a bit. But
yeah, it could. I don't know. Like I'm still optimistic. Doctor Strange. I trust the sequel's gonna. Well, look, it's happening regardless. They're not delaying it, so.
No.
They will get in front of those cameras on that start date with one director or another, and with one script in hand or another. It doesn't matter. Like, that's.
I'll say, aren't they starting in May?
Yeah. A year out.
They got months, so it's fine.
They got a little bit of time. I mean, they got like 60+ days, which they can figure that out. So.
Plus, like, they must have had a script before, so it's not like they're starting from scratch.
Right. Yeah. They're just, augmenting it, I guess would be a good word. Fixing it, augmenting.
Suppose, yeah. Augmenting, yeah.
There we go. That's a good word. So
putting that health regen on it.
Yeah. So, I'm nothing more we could really say about it. Sounds good. New writers, probably fresh take on him. Yeah, that sounds Sounds good. We'll see.
Hopefully they don't flood it with Loki, because...
Oh, yeah. No. Please, no.
No, the girls want more Loki. Put more Loki in.
Well, the girls have more Loki over on Disney+.
Yeah, we get more Loki. Get them... Go watch that. Go subscribe to Disney Plus or whatever. Oh, actually, you're probably already subscribed because their subscriber numbers are ridiculous.
I'm going to say apparently everyone is.
Yeah.
Apart from me, because...
It's not out yet.
Poor England.
But it's coming. It's coming. So there you go. On that Disney Plus front with the Inhumans, it looks like they're casting some Inhumans for Ms. Marvel. Mitch, what do we got here?
We have, what's his name? Red Dagger, I think it is. That was in their early run. And Carmen?
Okay.
I think that was the name. I'm not 100% sure on the names, but they were like very early on in that run. So, yeah, Inhumans get the reboot. No. Not long after the show came out and tanked.
What show?
I don't know.
Perfect. So good. So Inhumans are coming to Ms. Marvel. So that's going to be handled hopefully very well. Hopefully, I mean,
they can't screw it up a second time. There's
no.
No chance.
My guess would be we don't hear about the casting of any of the royals, right? And they happen to be a surprise that shows up in the series. New actors, new suits. They show up. They're like, "Hey, Inhumans, let us tell you about who you are," because it's important to Kamala Khan. And if they're casting for 2 more Inhumans, it tells you that there's going to be more of a presence of these characters in the MCU going forward. So that's kind of like, it's happening. It's just going to take a little bit. And we know Ms. Marvel is set to start shooting, in the next couple months? So...
they're still looking for the actress for the main role. So I think it's kind of like a bit like a Hawkeye, where and it's not indefinitely delayed like people said, because that was a tush. Like, no, they're still working on it. I think it's more just we're gonna maybe just not say we're gonna start then, because we're not entirely sure who we have yet.
Right.
So,
and also better to
still working the casting and then put it back.
Yeah, and also better to take some time to figure everything out and like everything that's happening behind the scenes, because I don't know, it kind of doesn't relate to this, but kind of does for people that have been following what's happening with like the news and outlets like Hulu and stuff. Executives leaving, new executives taking over, taking on more jobs. So you probably don't want to rush into too many things and kind of find yourself having too much on your plate before you can look at everything from, a standpoint of let's do it when we're ready. It's like so there's this transitional period is happening at Disney right now, a year after the purchase was confirmed. Then now, 12 months are going by. It's like, okay, now people are leaving, new people are coming in, people are taking over. So certain things probably you don't want to rush them. And if you're going to, let's be real, introduce characters like the Inhumans again,
I'll say you rushed it once, don't do it again.
Yeah, you do not want your second outing, and for what many people will be their first reveal of the Inhumans, to be this. Like, you don't want that. Like, you don't want it to be a mess up or anything like that. So,
also, more importantly, you don't really want to mess up your Kamala Khan.
Oh, definitely not.
No, you get that wrong and you rush that out. Yikes!
Especially that she's literally the star of the new upcoming game, so people are going to be more familiar with the character. It's like you definitely don't want to screw that up in any way.
It's like she's the Spider-Man that you own.
Yep.
Exactly. You don't want to goof around with that one. But my question is, how big a part is Inhumans going to play? Because we're clearly going in that direction. So do we do the Terrigen bomb? Is that how we're doing it?
That's my guess. And
where's Daisy Johnson? Are we going to show some love to her? Or is she just like... Nah?
So, I mean, hypothetically, let's say show probably opens up with Kamala. I'm going to guess she's telling the story of how she got her power. Kind of like she's writing a diary, because she's known for writing fan fiction and all that.
I was going to say she's doing a fan fiction on DeviantArt.
No!
It's coming.
Oh God, yeah.
It's like half her character.
So I'm gonna guess it's kind of like her telling what happened. She's like, "Oh, one day, here's how this happened. I ended up meeting a couple other people that end up having the same powers as me," and then slowly tell the story, and then at the end of it reveal who's she telling the story to. Oh, she's sitting in front of two royals, huh? And their dog. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Like, kind of build it up in that way, you know, a different type of, not just an origin story through and through, like A to B.
So what we do is we're doing Iron Man 3, but as an origin movie.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Do it like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would be okay with that. So you kind of play around with the themes a little bit, you know, and the structure of the show.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. But, you know, I do this YouTube show, not write Marvel, so what the hell do I know?
Yeah, and then after the fact, she goes, "Hey, does anyone want to hear my fanfic about Valkyrie and Thor, the female one?"
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Black Bolt just screams because he can't handle it, and just everything implodes.
But it's the Black Bolt from the show when he killed his parents, and it's just why.
Mitch, why?
Black.
Why? Why? God damn it.
It's depression. It's the winter blues. That's what that is. That's why I keep bringing it up.
Yeah, that's... Well, would they get Vin Diesel, though, to play Black Bolt? That's the big question.
I'd rather eat glass than have Vin Diesel as Black Bolt, to be honest with you.
Well, he's all about family. So are the Royals.
I mean, he needs an actor.
Oh! Shades! Mitch, though, with shades!
We already screwed up Black Bolt casting. Well, I say screwed up. Anson Mount would have been a decent Black Bolt, but
You screwed up the everything else around the actors.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess we'll find out how they do the Inhumans in Ms. Marvel, and hopefully I trust they'll do it good, because please do not fail them twice in like the span.
What's the girl's name from Knives Out? Ana de Armas? Is that what it is?
You're talking about the main one?
Yeah. The one that was Joy in Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. Let me look that.
I want to say it's Ana de Armas. I'm probably butchering that completely. Get her for Crystal.
Ooh.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Let's not go young Crystal. Let's go slightly older Crystal. Not that she's old, but...
As a matter of fact, I'm looking at the cast for Knives Out. Let's just cast everybody. That's a pretty good cast.
So you just get Chris Evans back, like, hey...
I'm Black Bolt. I don't have to speak, so you'll never know. I wear this cowl the entire time.
I'd have Chris Evans as Black Bolt.
Yeah,
that's a
good.
good casting.
Daniel Craig. Somebody save him from those James Bond movies.
Oh.
Although the new one actually looks pretty good, so I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, Ryan Johnson's making another Knives Out movie.
Yeah, he is.
So...
Hype. One of the
No
best
doubt
movies
he's
of
gonna
last
be-
year.
And it was snubbed.
It was.
Snubbed.
Yup. Snubbed, we telling you. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's Inhumans. Hopefully they don't mess it up a second time, because we can't take that again.
Oh,
I can't take
that was so
another
bad.
Inhumans. That's a personal attack against me.
So part of me's like, yes, I can go back to shitting Inhumans again. The other half's kind of like, do I want to though?
Well, Mitch, just think of it this way. When this show inevitably ends up coming out, we get a new Inhumans comic. Oh, praise be.
No, we won't.
Yes,
no,
yes,
we won't.
yes, we will. Trust
No,
me. Trust me.
no.
It's going to happen.
It'll never happen. We don't even have Eternals yet.
You'll get a new Ms. Marvel comic, if anything.
No,
I mean, we've
we're
got
going to
one now.
get
No, you get another one.
No, Mitch, we're clearly going to get the Eternals comic. I mean, it's going to be announced for their fall lineup. We know that's going to happen.
I mean, those solicits are coming up quick, and there's been no word. No.
It's got to happen. There's no way they don't do it. It's...
Because people have been saying, they'll announce it when the trailers hit. And it's like, well, the Black Widow trailer's been and gone, and that's had the book announced. The solicits for when the Eternals trailer would drop has been and gone. So I am out in the cold, starving and poor. No. Marvel, can you please spare some change?
Spare some Eternals.
I need feeding, Marvel.
Well, you'll probably
Sorry,
get like...
all I have is a debit card.
I mean, that'll do fine, debit card. Like, I can buy things on it. Like, that's fine.
You'll get the Eternals, though, for like that Marvel or... No, you won't. They're not going to be in that Marvel Avengers.
I will get a 5-issue miniseries 6 months after the movie came out. That is what I'll get. And it'll probably be crap.
No, you're going to get the... You know how Marvel does those terrible Prelude comics? You're going to get Eternals Prelude, but it has nothing to do with them. It's like, oh... No.
Yeah, don't they usually do that after every movie? And like, I don't even know who buys them actually.
No one.
No one.
No one
No one.
buys those. It's oh god.
How would you do an Eternals Prelude? Because all those Prelude comics are literally just telling or retellings of previous movies, with like one or two new panels thrown in there.
They're
Like,
just
how would you do that?
It'll be a prelude. It'll be a retelling of Black Widow.
You'll have
Just
to
watch.
it. Yeah.
Oh, I know. No, it's going to be the Endgame battle because that's how they're going to come about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It'll just be that drawn was like maybe fix the fact that Ant-Man shouldn't be Giant Man at that exact moment in time.
Yeah.
He's in the van. And that's how. That's all it'll be. And then the last panel's them in the suits, like, yeah, we're here. It's like, oh, cool.
Oh yeah, sweet, cool, thanks.
I still wanted those giant battle ants.
Oh, they were horrendous.
That'd be awesome. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, we wouldn't survive. They'd crumble under their own weight.
Yep. And what else is crumbling to its own weight? This podcast. So I guess we'll just bring it around to an end. This week was actually full of topics we didn't have to scrape the bottom of a barrel for nothing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey spoiler cast for members, and we'll catch you guys next week with hopefully another full podcast. We can dream. We can dream.
Doubt.
Yeah, they're very much doubting it, but we'll see.